You could have WordPress or Blogger do the resizing for you, but the problem is when you do that, you have extremely slow load times for your blog. I'm sure you've been on a blog before, and hopefully it's not yours, where when you go to a page, you'll see the images actually loading from top to bottom all the way down the page, and that's because the images are too big. Not only that, but it slows down your site in general. So part of what we're doing here today is going to be resizing the photos to the right size, and that way your photos will be optimized for the web. So I'm going to get where I can see this entire image in one screen now. I'm going to use another shortcut for that, which is Command. Sorry, if you're on a PC, this will be Control for you. Hold down Command and hit 0. And that will bring it back to full screen. And once again, we're back at 27% now. It's where it fills the screen. So obviously I need to resize this photo now. There are a few different ways to do it, just like there are to do anything in Photoshop Elements, but I'm going to teach you the shortest route to doing it. To resize a photo for your blog, you can go up to File and Save for Web. And this is going to give you options not only for what size, how large it's going to be on your screen, but also for optimizing it for web so it will load more quickly on your blog. On the left-hand side here, you'll see the original image that we started with. And over here, it says it's 11.8 megabytes. So this is a really large photo. On the right, we're going to have a preview, and this is going to change depending on the different settings we choose over on the right-hand side. So I'm going to focus on the bottom right box here over on the right-hand panel, and I'm going to set my width first. I want my width to be 620 pixels wide. Because I have this link symbol showing up here, which you can toggle on and off here, it's going to make sure that your photo stays proportionate. Once you enter that new size, you'll click Apply, and now you can see what the image actually looks like. The hand here is going to allow me to click to grab it and move it around. And that's going to let me focus on different parts of the photo if I want to check for quality issues. So now you can see that on the left-hand side, our original image size has changed. And that's because you changed the actual size in terms of pixels. But it's still pretty big. 1.54 megabytes is huge for a picture that's going to be loading on your blog and potentially having thousands of people seeing it. This is because your camera records the information at a certain number of pixels per inch or dots per inch, and there's a lot more information recorded on your camera than what will show up on a computer screen. A computer screen displays, at least right now, at 72 dots per inch. For right now, this is definitely still too big. And on the right-hand side, you'll see that at the current settings, the image that we've adjusted now is 149 kilobytes, so less than a tenth the size of what we had before. Up above where we resized it, you'll see the different compression qualities. And I choose a JPEG at high resolution to save all my images. The quality button here is really what you want to look at. This ranges anywhere from 0, which is horrible quality. And if you look at what just happened there, this is having a live preview of what's going on. So when I switched it to 0, it looks a lot more fuzzy and pixelated, especially these words. You can tell that that's messed up. Up here at the top in the lighter colors, you can see lots of pixelated parts. So the image quality is pretty awful at this point. Although, looking down here, this is only a 34 kilobyte image. It's a very, very small now. But we don't want to sacrifice the quality of what our readers are going to be looking at just to save space. So I'm going to bump this up, and usually somewhere between 65 and 80 is where I would opt for. At quality of 73 here, I've got about 200 kilobytes, and that's reasonable, I think. And since that quality of 73 has been set, looking back over at my preview image, at least to my eye, all the color quality and the resolution looks just fine. This is going to give my readers a good experience when they're viewing the photos on my blog. So I'll go ahead and click OK. And now, well, the first thing you'll notice is that I misspelled train when I did this originally. Let's fix that. And here's a little tip since you'll be using this photo on your blog. You can incorporate search engine optimization into your images in a very simple way by starting with a good file name. You need to have descriptive words of what's in the photo, like here it would be train bridge, but if you have a recipe, then the name of your recipe. And on mine, I'll type the blog Maven. Now the reason I put the name of my blog here is just because for search engine purposes, I want as many iterations as possible of the name of my blog everywhere. So whenever anyone searches for the blog Maven, Google will have potentially thousands of different things that say the blog Maven that are on my site. And that way it will always point to me and not to someone else who might come along later and decide to brand themselves as the blog Maven. Anyway, put whatever file name you want here. And then I usually save mine to my desktop so I can find it really quickly when I'm trying to upload it to my blog. Click Save. And now we can go take a look at what it looks like on my desktop. And here we have it. I'll double click and now we can see what it's going to look like at full size. And as I said, the more you do this, the more quickly it's going to come to you. So don't worry about it taking too much time. It's going to get faster, I promise. So what have we learned today? We've learned how to open files in the editor from the organizer. We've learned how to crop a photo and how to resize a photo for your blog. If you have any questions about what I've shared here, please ask in the comments. And if not, your assignment for this lesson is to open a photo from the organizer into the editor. And don't forget to save a copy of the photo so you're not editing the original. Also, crop the image and resize it to fit the width of your content column on your blog. And use the Save for Web option to do that. Next time on Elements for Bloggers, we'll learn how to resize multiple files at once with Photoshop Elements. I'm Jenny Elliott from theblogmaven.com. Thanks for watching.